Hello and welcome to this demo video for the consultant commission calculator. So what does the spreadsheet do? Now this is it's a very simple spreadsheet to use. It wasn't that simple to make, but it's very simple to use. Let me just explain to you how this works. First and foremost, you should see your business name there. If you've purchased the full version, you'll see your business name. That's obviously locked to prevent distribution, but if you've got a free trial version, you can type your business name in there. You'll have limited space elsewhere, but you can type your business name in. The first thing you do is the start date for the year. You need to put that in. I would advise starting it on the first of a month, but if you really want to have a financial year that starts midway through a month, whatever, fine, do that. But yeah, obviously it would be best to start from the first of a month. The reason why I put that in there is just to generate this calendar. So if we go back and we take that out, you'll see that there are no dates in there. So that needs to know what date to start off with. So you put in a date and it will generate the calendar for the daily sales. But before we get onto the daily sales, let's take a look at the personal details. The personnel details. So what the personnel details are, these are obviously all of your consultants that you'd have working for you. What this spreadsheet does is it literally bases payment for your staff on their sales. So this isn't a one for salary and commission or whatever that might be. You could work commission and you could work the commission out on this and then add that onto the salary. But this is basically for a commissioner, and this only works out the commission. So what it's for is in a situation where, for argument's sake, you would have some consultants and they would earn money on your premises, and they get say 80% and you get 20%, that kind of thing. That's what this is for. So you list the names. I've just put 4 random names on there. If those are your names, then you're very fortunate because I just picked some random names as I went along. The start date will automatically be in there for the commission because that would be your start date from your intro and setup. So what's going on here, and why do we have 3 lists of columns? And I'll show you. This is the percentage, so you put in the percentage. So if you want to add someone else, I will put my first name in there, Richard. It says 1st of April. Now you can put in the percentage. So whatever percentage, so if I get 80% commission like everyone else, you put in 80%. Now, this target and commission is a target commission. Sometimes what you may do is you may say to the person, if you reach £2,000 sales in the month, I will give you 85% on everything above that 2,000. Or you might say, if you reach 1,500, I'll put you the percentage on anything above 1,500 or to a higher percentage in order to encourage the person to hit that target, because anything above that target they get a higher percentage commission. If you don't want to use that, just leave it blank. So you don't have to use it for everyone. You can use it for some of the people. You could not use it for anyone. Just leave it blank. It's as simple as that. And that will set up your staff and their commission rate. That's all you need to fill in up to that point. So what's going on here? And that's very simple. If you want to change this commission, now, if you know anything about Excel, you'll obviously realize and understand that the figures coming from the daily sales are coming from this percentage over here. But what happens if, for argument's sake, on the 1st of July, you sit down and you renegotiate someone's percentage? So let's say for Richard's argument's sake, on 1st of July, 1st of July, we sit down and we're going on, I'm not happy with 80%, I want 85, and you say yes, all right, fine, take it. So then what we do is you put in the 1st of July, and we put in 85. Now, in theory, we could have just changed that to 85, but then if you had gone back and called up a sales figure from the previous month, it would be at 85%, because obviously that's not entirely accurate, because that would have been at 80%. So just for the sake of keeping your previous month records accurate for as long as possible until the end of the financial year, I've put in 3 different columns, assuming that amount won't change more than 3 times over the course of a year. So if you do want to change it, you can change it and just put in the next one. And then if you retrospectively call up someone's sales from previous months, it'll show that. And anywhere on or after the 1st of July would then change to 85. And then if you do a third one, you can put in the third one over here. So that's why you've got 3 columns. If you keep it the same the whole financial year, you only need to use this first column, and if no one has any target commission percentage increase over a certain target, you can remove that and you can just put in that 80%. That's all you would need. So I hope that that makes sense to you. Now we move on to the sales. So once you've got your personnel details, your sales details are really, really, really easy. Now I filled in some here already for you. I'm going to show you how to do it. All you do is you come here and you say Mike Wilson, sales, 12th of April, £180. Chris Smith, sales, 12th of April, £160. Kim Jones, £200. And then you can scroll across. Sarah Blake, £150. And that's it. Each day, the day you're on will come up red. Weekends will come up in light blue. Bank holidays in that orange color. If you do have a weekend and you don't work, you still need to put the zeros in. If you leave these zeros out, it'll show errors. So you still need to put the zeros in. Just put it as like a placeholder. And really, every day, put in the sales of the staff that you want underneath the red columns. The red ones are the ones you fill in. The green ones are automatically calculated. So just put in the next day's sales for each person. So if you put in some sales for today, we should then be able to see what effect that has. So, oh, not that much, that's wrong. So you put the sales in, and that's it. You just carry on putting them in each day. You just put in one figure per person per day. What does that generate? Well, it first generates an individual monthly payment. So if you would like to see what do we pay, we've only done April. We haven't done anything else. So let's select April 2018. You can see it puts the dates in. And you can select any one of those people that we've done. I haven't put any figures in for Richard, so let's just select Chris Smith. And there it pulls it up and it shows you sales, the running total of sales, how much money they've earned, the running total of the earnings, and which commission rate it used. So if someone went from 80 to 85%, the particular day where they switched from one to the other, it will say both. So you can see on that day they earned both percentages, but up until then they were earning 85%, and thereafter, 80%, thereafter they'd be earning 85. So that just shows which commission structure they were on, and also your running totals, money earned, and your running total of the total sales and the money that the person's earned. And obviously at the end of the month, that would then total that up. Once you get to the end of the month, you'll see all the figures in there with the totals. You can type in some notes here for yourself. You can type in some notes, which obviously, I mean, you may have some terms and conditions or something that you want to put in there just on this form. And that is that really. That's the individual monthly payment report, and you can just come up here and select whoever you want, and when you select each different person, it'll change the figures accordingly. The other one is the overall sales, so you can see month by month what's been paid out to your consultants and what is actually coming from the business. Obviously the balance would be what's coming from the business. You can see your breakdown of each of the different months. Okay, we've only got 1 month, so it's only one color, but that will show you your monthly breakdown, so you can see which months have been good from a sales point of view. You've got your annual breakdown of paid out versus business there, so you can see over the whole year so far what's for your staff, what's for you. You can see your sales broken down per month, your monthly sales coming in through the business. And you can see this chart. It's quite narrow because obviously there's a lot of information on it. But what this will do is it will show you each of your staff over each of the months. So if you've got up to 30 staff, you can have up to 30 consultants, by the way. I don't know if I remember to mention that, but if you scroll down, there is a limit to the number. It'll hold up to 30. So what this will do is it will show all 30 staff, up to 30, for each of the different months their payments. So you can kind of make out where those lines are, and you'll be able to see, obviously, when there are a lot more of those lines. You know, if any staff are having particularly bad months or particularly good months, you'll be able to see the sales per staff member broken down there. So those are just some of the graphs just to help you along, show you what's happening from a sales and commission point of view. And obviously you can pull up this each month for each of the different staff members to select the month and the staff name. Daily sales, put in each staff's figure per day. Simple as that. Once you've set them up over here, names and commissions, and that's it. And what you do with the next financial year is just open a new spreadsheet like this. I would recommend keeping a blank one as a default somewhere. And then when you get to the new financial year, or whenever you change this, you can have this as a calendar year or financial year. But if you whichever one you do, when you get to the period where you need to start another one, just open up a new one. The personal details here, you can put your personal details back in again. If you do transfer details from here onto a new one, remember you want to select obviously what the details you want to do. You want to right click, you want to copy, and when you go to the new one, you don't want to do normal paste, you want to do paste values. If you paste values, it'll paste the values, it won't paste the formatting across, and you'll be alright. If you paste normal paste, you could end up causing issues with the spreadsheet. So just do paste values, and you can obviously just paste the data across to the new version. You can then start again with your sales, and you'll have your individual monthly payments and overall reports all together, and then you can save the old one somewhere for your records. Yeah, so I hope that helps you, and I wish you all the best with this. Thank you very much. Goodbye.